This is AV SuperFriends Off the Rails, an almost regularly scheduled open discussion on audio and video in higher education. We'll sound off about our most brilliant ideas, our dumbest mistakes, and everything in between. And because this conversation will almost certainly go off the rails at some point, we'll end up covering just about everything else. And now, the AV SuperFriends. For December 5th, 2025, it's the best sounding and most emotionally relevant podcast in higher ed. This is the AV SuperFriends Off the Rails, episode number 128.
Jeez.
Broadcasting live from coast to coast where the calendar says December, but the season hasn't quite committed to Christmas. Just enough twinkle lights to stress you out, but not enough to justify completely giving up on your work productivity. It's kind of like that. It's that magical time of year where like every meeting begins with, do you think you can do this before the break? And every project updates with, well, we'll just check back in January. And yet here we are, cheerfully ignoring our inboxes, pretending we're not all 30 seconds away from just putting on an ugly sweater and calling it good for the year. But there's some good news. The calendar has officially crossed into the legally acceptable time frame for you to put up your Christmas decorations. No HOA citations.
Been up for like weeks, brother. We've been up for weeks.
December 1st or you go to jail. Anyway. I'm Chris Dechter, and you're tuning in for another Friday afternoon podcast adventure with the AV SuperFriends. With those people,
Super Pals.
with the AV SuperFriends, and let's say hello to today's panel of AV SuperFriends with this one. Where's my stuff? Here it is. Our first panelist is not even here, so let me skip him there. Jerk didn't show. Our second panelist leads cross-functional initiatives to make sure that every device on the network is emotionally and operationally compatible. He's a chief endpoint harmonization strategist from Corvallis, Oregon. Say hello to Mr. Mark Kolozinski.
You hear that? That is the sound of all the bits and bytes in unison singing holiday carols out there. You can hear them. When you don't hear anything, it's perfectly in sync.
Because they're out of phase perfectly?
Yes. One positive, one negative.
Our next panelist maintains peaceful, balanced, feng shui aligned equipment racks that reduce outages through good vibes alone. He's an associate director of proactive rack serenity from Greensboro, North Carolina. Say hello to Mr. Larry Darling.
Yep, the heaviest burdens on the bottom, just push them all the way down.
Those are called amplifiers.
Yeah, those are shelves for all the other stuff.
And our last panelist oversees the delicate art of aligning organizational synergy fields across all conferencing platforms. He's a vice president of distributed synergy calibration from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Say hello to Mr. Justin Rexing.
When I see 5 departments doing things wrong, I make them go back and do it once correctly.
Just one of them?
All together.
I'm not sure if that was legit good advice or not. So.
Synergy.
Synergy. It's one of those energy drinks.
Do it once.
Oh, I thought by synergy it was the ability to send your mouse cursor to other computers.
That's
like 5 people just got that joke.
I got that.
Well, you're one of
4 of them.
Four others, yes. Sorry.
They make weird USB shit.
They make
weird
software.
USB shit.
They used to make weird USB shit. Now they make software that does weird stuff.
On today's show, we're going to discuss who is, or at least who should be, managing the PCs in our classrooms. And we're going to talk about where we're getting those PCs. And we're also going to talk about our preferred deployment of PTZ cameras, or maybe not PTZ cameras, or maybe not cameras. But first, a little bit of housekeeping. So, before you plug in that questionable string of Christmas lights that you've been using every year since 1997, remember, we do stream live every Friday at about 3:15 Eastern or 12:15 Pacific, or whenever I get my crap together, because today was my fault.
You're flustered. We can tell. You can sense it.
Decided to update all of my stuff, and it was working fine a week ago, and now it wasn't, and I didn't touch anything, and it was a whole thing.
That sounds like a Justin problem.
It usually is a Justin problem, but
Chris
I touched many things today. To get where we are today. I rolled back to good old just one in, one out. That's it. It's got one gazinta, one gazouta, and it works.
That's the correct.
But I don't have any of my fancy schmancy stuff, which I had working, so we can't do that. So you can catch us. You can catch us live on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, etc. And remember, never mind. I'll screw that. Okay. Sorry, I'm skipping through things here. If you are listening to this later as a recorded MP3 while you're out there hanging your Christmas wreaths or debating the ethics of inflatable lawn decor, it's wrong. Please stop doing that. You can follow us on all the socials, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Blue Sky. Larry popped it because I saw Larry's reaction there. Larry has inflatable lawn decor.
I have an inflatable
But are they like
Santa
DMX
in our front yard.
controlled, like Wi-Fi enabled, all that fun stuff?
Do you have Dancing Santa?
I do not have that yet, but there is a guy, first year he's done this. He did one of those like National Lampoon Christmas Vacation house lighting things. It's on the drive-in.
Does it make you feel bad every time you drive past it?
No, it makes you just like wreck and pull off the road. It's horrible. It's
just
blind.
shining lasers into the
We have
street.
people who go all out.
It's like
I've always wanted to do that, but you start to like do a little bit of lights, and you're like, how do people have time to do this stuff?
this guy has direct view LED wall.
Yeah, like his garage.
But they're
Where
not,
does he find the time?
no idea. It's nuts.
Well, if you're committing to that level of like holiday lighting decor, you might just be independently wealthy, and it doesn't matter.
Or just have time on your hands.
That random comment for Raul. So if I scream during the podcast, it's not from excitement, it's from pain. I got like this. Oh, you muted my mic. Now it's
sorry.
unmuted.
I'm trying to jack with your audio because you were blown out, sir.
I'm blowing out.
And you weren't before, so you're either getting angry or
That's just a new problem.
Are you back on the IR again, Justin? Is that what you're telling me?
The IR?
Injured reserve?
Infrared.
I don't know, maybe.
All right, well let's move on.
I probably
I'm
should
going to skip the rest of this. Tell people about the show, leave a rating, and please donate. I had a whole thing here about getting Larry a new duck for his Jeep, but see, we've ruined it.
Jeez, duck.
I think it's one.
It's a whole thing.
If I see you parked out here, Larry, I'll give you a duck.
And you guys are interrupting my flow, and the whole thing's a mess.
Start again from the top. Go.
I will drive across country just for
I'm going to start over. Hold on. All right. Now I'm all out of sorts, so we've got other stuff to do. I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about what are we talking about? Oh, our news. So, but first, this and how to fix all your conference room audio.
Are you tired of immersive, spatial, and multi-channel audio systems that make voices sound like they're sneaking up behind you? Do you long for a simpler time when sound came from one place, and that place was dead center? Introducing Reality Audio, the most advanced single-channel audio experience ever engineered. At last, every listener in your conference room, classroom, or hybrid space hears exactly the same thing, at exactly the same time. No fancy panning, no virtual positioning, no where's that sound coming from? Just pure, authentic, centralized realism. With Reality Audio, you won't feel surrounded anymore. You'll feel centered. Because the real world isn't surround, it's right in front of you. Reality Audio, one channel, infinite simplicity, by Independent Amalgamated.
Or 27 channels.
Sounds so simple and nice.
Nonsense, so.
Harking back to the good old days.
Everybody hears the same thing.
That's just friggin' work.
Nostalgia.
All right, and that's with that. And now, you've waited for it all week, or like 2 weeks, or however long it's been. Time for Justin to sing along live with the news theme. Here it goes. Ready? Do it.
Yeah.
Today's news, and link is in the show notes, comes from Rave Pubs. Fine folks over there covering all the news of the industry. And this one is, the headline is, Barco secures damages in ClickShare patent case against Yealink.
That sounds like a lot of lawyers.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So it's another, AV manufacturer suing a different AV manufacturer, and I understand you have to protect your patents and all that stuff, but
so what did they steal? What did they claim?
I don't know. They invented circles
that share your screen.
So they're suing Yealink?
Yeah.
So Yealink, and we were talking about before the show. So Yealink, ViewSonic, who else has one? Panasonic. There's just Genero, China Best Price.
Button.
There's like 30 of these things out there, and these are the wireless dongles you plug into. It's HDMI on one side, and the other one's usually HDMI, though I've seen USB-C as well. You push a button, it does a point-to-point connection. You don't have to be on Wi-Fi or any of that stuff. It just sends your screen from one place to the other.
M-Share?
Very, very convenient. I understand the advantage to having that. You also have a company coming in and just suing the crap out of people for doing it. So
Which I wouldn't mind, except for like, just take the ViewSonic one, for example. That's like $150. I can add this feature to a room for $150, or I can check the click share price and not do
Sound
that.
like Jamie.
Or look at the thing you can't afford legally and not get
Yeah,
it.
it's like, it's a feature I'd like to have. It's not one I have to have.
It sounds more problematic.
And this is just like the little Sherry buttony thingies, right?
Sherry dingle dangle dongle.
I've never been a huge fan of those. I don't know. It's
No, I agree. I mean, I don't want them everywhere, but they do have their place in those like public facing venues or something to just be like, oh, plug this in, hit the button, and you're done.
Yeah, like for the FTC office where the architects have to come in and share their laptop. I don't want them on the network. I don't want to have to deal with
you
all
don't want
that.
their kind on your network.
Seriously, like, they bring in their consultant friends. I don't want them on the network either. Like, just
their dirty consultant laptops on my Wi-Fi.
No.
Yeah, it's like I want something I can give them this. They can click it and share it, and then I can burn it after the meeting.
They can click it and share it? You're about to get sued.
I'm not really sure if you're serious about that or not, Larry. I don't know.
Oh, he's serious.
Are you?
Well,
do you
Larry,
really think you really want to keep architects and consultants off your network?
No, but like I'm saying like there are use cases for this type of
widget.
Where?
Appliance.
Where?
I just told you one.
No, that wasn't one. That was not valid.
All right,
I'm
so
not
Justin,
going to get
let me bring this one up.
Who shows up on the network.
Do you have any public-facing venues, maybe a conference center or something? And there's guest Wi-Fi, but how many people can seem to never figure out how to get on that while you connect to it all day long?
And can your guest Wi-Fi get to your wireless sharing appliance?
Well, that's a different issue, and the answer is no, never.
We don't put those in.
Yeah, this is talking about.
You don't put
I would
audio
imagine
in,
your
so I'm not sure that
production
counts.
venues are just like, there's your VGA. What is it? What is it that you're asking
Table
for?
on the floor.
Yeah. Wireless? I don't know. Check your cell phone.
Like if you bring your own wireless doohickey thing,
travel with my
plug
own
it in
network.
this HDMI and walk around, and that's you to support. You're on your own.
Point to point all day long. Don't ask me. Bring your own.
No.
We don't do the hockey puck thing just because we know they're going to get stolen and walk off and disappear.
You don't put
get
them in those
lost.
kind of places.
Nobody knows how to store anything anymore. Keep things organized. You know,
We had that question today from a department who has their own like limited. It's an old classroom that they've taken offline. It's only their space. Only they can use it. Whatever. And they walked over to our office to ask if we had the microphones for their room. I'm like, first of all, you're the only ones who can use that room. Secondly, why would we be collecting your microphones from a different building?
Just to make sure they're safe. Yeah.
Well, we do, but no.
But I think the core of the story, when we go back to the original news piece here, to me is
what was the question?
What is
was
with
the question
like
again?
innovation?
There's no question. They're just
lawyers.
suing
It's
them.
this, maybe it's not innovation, but just this
it's
legal
definitely not that.
conquest going on in AV nowadays, where it's like, you can't do that. That's our thing. And
Well, you know what the problem is, Mark? People can't figure out what the new product
Right.
is because we
So
kind
I'm
of hit
gonna
this
sue
plateau.
you.
So they get bored and like, I'm going to sue you because I'm bored. That's
Well,
what they're
if you have patents, you have to vigorously
gotta
defend
defend
said patents.
Yes.
and to that point, if we've capped out on a lot of stuff, we haven't had anything innovative lately in the past few years. People are going to start making the same thing that are similar to other people.
Could I
And it's
interest
just
you in 4K 30?
ceiling
Or
microphones?
4K 60.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
you stole
that's the
my
new
patent
thing.
for a ceiling microphone. I'm going to sue you.
No, it wasn't the ceiling
was the
microphone.
shape.
They stole the patent for the shape of the microphone.
Right.
Yes.
That's
Can't be a
Can't
square.
be square
it's
things.
whatever. It doesn't. Okay.
It's
but it
silly.
still is a square, so I don't know. I still buy the squares. I don't. Whatever.
Everyone sells the square.
Everybody wants.
Sure, sure does.
Circle takes the square.
And Sennheiser, both.
Oh.
Great products.
And Yamaha and
Not sponsors.
who else? Does Audio Technica have? No, theirs doesn't fit in a 2x2. But anyway,
Man,
there's lots of options out there, and they all are 2 feet by 2 feet or 6 mil by 6 mil.
And
So
so now
anyway,
they haven't.
well,
been
that's
sued.
microphone option. What about these buttony, clicky, sherry thingies?
yeah.
Well,
So let me ask this question to you guys. I'm just more curious. I want to get the panel's thought on this. When you see something like this, where someone is suing over an existing property, and there's many other options or many other examples of the same thing out there, and I understand legal things take time and all that, but do you think less of the company who seems to be aggressively defending their patents?
So you were
like, I don't want to buy their stuff because now I'm going to get involved in this nonsense.
Here's the interesting part. I knew where you're going with that question. My answer is yes, but what's weird is all these people suing each other. I don't buy any of their shit anyway.
Right. Well, but
so I've never did before, and then I'm like, well...
Yeah, but take the next step. Let's say that one of these companies' things came up, are you going to be like, well, no, they're just suing everyone. I'm not buying their stuff.
It depends. It's diapers. It depends.
I don't like companies that are like out there always taking the legal beagle road for every little thing all the time. Like it's a bad culture thing to me. Like I don't...
Seems exhausting.
Yeah, if that's your avenue for like, we have to make sure every penny we're not losing anything for infringement. And I guess there's always going to be an exception to the rule, but I don't know. Make a quality product, provide good service.
Maybe we're
be a
going to
good
be
manufacturer. Yeah, I'm sure we will. I'm sure there's 4 or 5 other knuckleheads out there talking about technology that want this property. That's fine, but I don't know. Like just do well. I don't know.
Own property.
Do better. Yeah, I mean that there is that argument to be made, Mark, that like, I think I am no longer an attorney. I was disbarred years ago, but I think the crux of this argument comes that the infringement was on the application of the technology, not necessarily like a one for one of the product. But to your point, if your product was superior to theirs anyway, then you wouldn't have anything to worry about. And so if someone's coming along and eating your lunch, and Larry, to your point, it's $150 instead of $1,500. That's a 10 to 1. Maybe there's something to be said there.
I mean, I got a stupid question. Did car manufacturers go through this? Like, oh, you have a touchscreen, I'm suing you.
You have 4 wheels.
You stole my idea.
You have 4 wheels.
No, that's different. You have a touchscreen, I'm suing you because that's terrible. Give me knobs on my radio back.
Well, I mean, either whatever. So, but did that ever happen?
I'm sure
it's
probably going on right now. Just they're making millions and billions of dollars.
We just don't pay attention to the car news like we do.
Justin,
AV
directly
news,
in front of you and slightly to the right, isn't there like a giant glass thing that has a computer behind it?
That's a window. That's what he's going to say. Anyway, okay. Well,
it's my tree.
Legal AV is the trend of the year, allegedly. Yeah. So there we go. Raul, he'll keep our honest. Our local lawyer.
Well, where's Raul's comment?
In front of us.
He's saying about
Raul says Netflix has filed countless patents with the U.S. Patent Office, but I think he means immensely. Or he said immensely, but he said they're immediately reversed, not reserved. Raul, slow down on your typing. They're immediately reversed when it comes to suing over infringement.
Maybe it is reserved.
I think he said it right.
Reserved, really? Okay.
Immensely reserved. They're reserved when it comes to suing over infringement.
He's using big words.
He's saying Netflix is reserved when it comes to actually suing over those. Okay, now I understand. It's more about protecting themselves from being sued by others. Okay,
exactly.
Which I respect. I'm good with that.
That's you don't sue me, I'll sue you.
You don't sue me, or I don't sue you. Just know that I own this.
But I might sue you.
The first shot.
Yeah. You better be on your best.
And to Chris's question, like this doesn't make me necessarily think worse of either one of them.
Oh, I do.
But what it does do is it makes
chocolates.
Go out and buy a bunch of the products that are currently out there of the thing I like.
Hoard
before
them.
They get
sued, right? And you can't use them. It's not bad.
Yeah, like
so their marketing and advertising gimmick is luring you in, and you're buying more shit.
Well,
making
usually in cases like this, like the specific device that is the infringing device is immediately pulled from the market anyway, which in this case it was years ago. So you can't even go buy that one from Yealink. But there's other ones out there. So yes, if this is something that you deploy, to Larry's point, then yeah, I would go buy 10 of them and stick them on a shelf.
Now you've
on sale for Black Friday, so go stock up.
That's just kicking the bucket down the road.
But now you've basically empowered
kicking the can down the road.
You've empowered the other company
to
know that they can just sue people. They're like,
it's the whole bucket.
You're mixed metaphors. All right, next to this. We've dug this one in the ground.
Change the metaphors.
Let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll yell about PCs, which will also be very, very passionate.
Buckets are bigger than cans. It's a bigger thing.
The AV SuperFriends are sponsored by Computer Comforts Incorporated. CCI has been building tech furniture for the education market since 1987. Instructor lecterns, computer lab tables, collaborative tables, and active learning clusters are just a few of the many innovative products made by CCI. Speaking of lecterns, Computer Comforts has just released Evolve. If you're looking to future-proof your classroom, Evolve is the Swiss Army knife of lecterns. Seriously, this flexible lectern does it all. Not only is Evolve sit to stand and ADA compliant, it's also packed with tech-friendly features. And the best part, it ships fully assembled and ready for action. Check out the 90-second video to see all the options. Visit computercomforts.com/evolve. To change up that commercial,
I love it.
They've won a bunch of awards. It's no longer just introduced.
Well, don't we have to do some updates to that anyway?
The term future-proof has been funny the last couple of days here. And there's like two interpretations of future-proof. One is, we're doing this and it's going to be great to work on in the future, or you can really future-proof something so it is not possible to work on in the future.
Yes.
Is that more like future protected?
Yes. You cannot change this thing no matter how hard you try. It is in here. It is going to be here for eternity. It is future-proof.
It is protected from the future.
Yes.
Okay. That's an interesting take.
From Terminators and stuff?
Whatever it may be,
Built-in displays
anything.
that will always be that size.
No,
yes, those displays will always fit in that recess. The joke was we had a technician who used
to work here, and he. This is back in like.
Was it me? Was it me?
Maybe.
Are we still doing a show?
I've found some things that have been left in your wake. That used to do installations of like back when you used to have to run like direct bespoke Klingon cables, weird stuff. Like there was no extension stuff.
Justin, what's that called?
Yeah. And he would...
Oh, the big, thick cable?
And it would be like, this is zip tied off to all these rafters. And you'd be like, dude, he's like, it's future-proof. It's future-proof. It's never coming out. It's like, damn it. It's like the third time I've had this conversation today, which is wonderful.
No, you can remove those because we did that.
Oh, I know.
If you pull hard enough.
No, we've had that too. Well, I'm just going to jump off a ladder.
Do you
remember the time that it was in PV Hall? Keaton grabbed the cable and he went off the top rope in that auditorium.
Rope, like Tarzan style?
Just tore down the entire grid.
We've done demos with things where
the building. So, bit background. Not only were we demoing the equipment, the building was being demolished in about a month.
Yes.
So we were. We were like, take it down.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just ripped the whole conduit off of the ceiling.
No, he grabbed all the cables at the projector location and was up on a table, and he just off the top rope and the whole grid. Oh, it was awesome.
That's a lot of paperwork if anything went bad.
He's in your time zone, man. You could have him as one of your technicians.
Where's he living at?
Your neighbor. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, he's next door to you right now.
You yell loud enough, he'll hear
All right. Let's get into it. So the first topic we want to talk about today is it came up in discussion. Well, it's a constant topic of discussion, but it came into discussion specifically on the PCs that we generally put in our classrooms because it is the ninth commandment. I think it's in the Constitution. You have to put it's in one of those documents. You have to put a PC in every classroom or in every conference room in every one of your systems. There should be a computer in there. And in Mark's case, he puts in a compute, because it's faster to say compute appliance than it is to say computer.
That's right. Iowa State.
Yeah. So, but the question comes up: who's in charge of those PCs? We have hundreds of them out there in every conference room, classroom, event space, and all the rest. Who's building those? Who's deploying those? Who's responsible for them? Who has oversight over the software selection, oversight over the security and maintenance? And as we kind of talk into this, it's like, well, there's many facets going on here and lots of variables, and it's not a simple answer to who's doing that. And then the follow-up question of who should be doing that for all of us. So
there's also that it is playing a very important role in that teaching and learning space, and it's like
I use mine strictly for capture.
just a whole stack just for capture. Nice.
Yeah.
And what really it was me giggling. You've heard me giggle on live around there when Chris refers to the computer people, and that's where this conversation came from.
I said the PC people
all the time, and I always laugh. Like, who are these like cloak and dagger PC people that come in and do all this work? And their work seems to be very critical to the success in your teaching and learning environment. So why are we so distant from these computer people?
Yeah.
Well, they don't own shoes. So they're not able to actually go out and investigate. So
it's technology in a classroom, therefore it is classroom technology. Like that's kind of what our name is.
And so let me describe my scenario first, and then we'll get into it from there. So I purchase the PCs. Now it's from a pre-selected list of here are the approved computers we can image and deploy. For every project, I go buy the computer, the PC. I hand it off to the PC people who load the image on it.
Can't help but laugh.
Wait, it gets better. They hand it back because they are not qualified to go out and plug it into. I've literally been told this. We don't want to mess anything up, so you go put it in your lectern. If they discover an issue with it, we have to unplug it and take it back to them.
Oh,
because you can't troubleshoot.
So you
the
don't
field.
deploy images over the network?
No. Well,
after...
they can, but they don't like to for whatever reason. It's always running it back to their labs. They can deploy images over the network, and they will do it before every semester because they will blanket select all image go, regardless of whether or not the room was in use or it has the right updates or any of that stuff. And then
that's fun.
These guys get to go fix it all. Yes, it's a.
Wait, are you like in there fixing images, build software? Or when you say fix it, unpack that for me a little bit. What are you fixing?
So yes, usually it's because, invariably somehow all the other stuff plugged into the PC is the problem, even though that stuff's been there for 7 years, but whatever. The last Windows 10 to Windows 11 rev broke lots of things that they wanted to have addressed, not from the PC side. Never mind the fact that an equation has one variable, and when said variable changes the outcome, then there's your answer. But anyway, yes, so we have admin access to the computers. We can go in and change software settings, driver settings, any of that stuff, whatever as needed.
Sounds like you're the PC people.
But we're not building the image, and that's where the frustration comes in, is we're not responsible for the entire thing soup to nuts. So we have no oversight on, we removed, for example, the camera app. We used the crap out of the camera app. Please put that back. So it's things like that.
Where do these computer people sit in your organization or any organization in which they reside?
They sit at home.
Not physically, but in the org. Roughly, can you show me on the doll?
Parallel.
Yeah, okay.
Parallel. So
this is so weird.
We both, and it is. This is the first place I've ever had this level of back and forth, because in past at other schools, I've either been entirely responsible, soup to nuts, building the image, selecting the software, all the way through, deploying hundreds of PCs, or not at all, no touch, and the magic elves show up, and if there's a problem, the magic elves come over and do their magic elf work to fix and solve the issue and then leave. But here it's this weird handoff. Now, my understanding is prior to my arrival, there was a lot more of the, as Mark likes me to say, the PC people would go out and do troubleshooting in the field, on installed systems. But apparently that broke things, and so they were told to stop, and so now they don't, to the point where we will simply get a ticket that says, please go out, recover said PC, bring it all the way back across campus so we can.
So now you're an enabling labor service for the computer people.
You're the gophers.
Yes, we are in a lot of cases, and it causes quite a bit of friction on my team. So yeah, it's fantastic, let's say. Now, I will happily, as Mark also will now suggest in a few moments, you should own that service. Why don't you just absorb them and do that too? I would happily do that if I get the people. So you give me those FTEs and I'll own that service.
You need some computer people.
I need some PC.
Some PC people. I just think it's such a fascinating thing, with it becoming so much more relevant for that software level delivery.
Yeah, it is critical. That thing is a critical component to every system we build. And when it goes wrong, Larry, you brought this up. When something goes wrong with that, which isn't under my control, but it affects the experience in the conference room, classroom, whatever, that reflects on my team that the classroom is broken again. And we had one the other day where someone they set the computer to extended. And Windows, the secondary screen on extended, the login screen, is a black image. And so everything is broken because they were looking at the extended screen, not the primary screen. Again, an easy fix, and I can hear people out there shouting, an easy fix through group policy, through multiple options for deployment scripting. The old school, here's a batch file that has, display.exe /clone. You can run that at any point at user level to set that back to clone mode all the time, and it would not have a problem. But
those pesky PC people, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm so glad that's one of the few problems I don't have.
Do you have one of those fancy, are they like your endpoint team or something along those lines? Is that name?
I think they're actually called the lab team.
Lab team.
Okay. It's in your labs.
Because their focus is computer labs, yes.
So ours is separated from computer labs versus classroom computers.
Wait, so you have two separate PC teams?
Yeah.
See?
Good grief.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
We might have three. We love PCs here.
Seems it.
We love Dell PCs.
Oh, there's that whole thing. Well, it's. Do you see a world where maybe that is going to come home to roost in your org, or do you think there's separation of church and state here?
I would be happy to own that serve. Right now, there's big separation of church and state, and it's there's historical reasons for it and all the rest. I understand, I would be happy to own that service, but I need to own that service, not like sort of be involved or like give me those FTEs. I'll put them to work the other 39 hours of the week. There's lots of that sort of like back and forth, which causes some challenges. And a lot of it is just historical sort of like that's the way it's always been, which then leads to challenges on who's responsible for actually ensuring this is working, day to day. And Larry, again, you bring it up. It's in a classroom. Shouldn't you be responsible for it? I don't disagree with that. So
I'm assuming somewhere in wherever your documentation of organizational structure and bylaws, is it thou shalt have PCs that are delivered by this group only? Is that how this works? Because you've brought up a couple of different terms.
You mean like, could I just go rogue and start doing my own thing?
Would you be allowed to do that? Or are you getting your chocolate in somebody else's peanut butter here?
Could do it
in the short term, yes, I would be getting. You got your chocolate in my peanut butter. That would absolutely be happening. Long term, maybe I don't know, but it's one of those things where
at this point.
Yeah, it's definitely duplication of services at this point.
And so
yes. Now, and it's not to say that isn't. I don't disagree with that in the sense where if there's going to be that service provided, I think it needs to be a comprehensive service.
But it only goes so far. It's like if you're providing a service that's not actually doing me any good, why should I continue to use your service?
Yeah, even if you flip it around. That one service gets this far, and then the next service takes it beyond that, or vice versa. I have to wait until they get to a certain point, and then it's the handoff of the baton.
I'm going to change the words here. Let's take away that term service. Let's talk about capability for a minute. Would you have the capability to do this in the secured way in which it needs to be done to be within criteria and support and security as per best practice of your campus currently with your people? Don't tell me about how busy you are. That's not what I'm talking about. Could you do this in capability and the know-how to do this? Because you said you need the FTE. That implies you need time. Is there subject matter expertise coming along with that?
There should be.
Ostensibly, but no.
Okay.
I mean, let me rephrase. Yes, there is. Absolutely. But not that can't be picked up very quickly.
And so then it sounds like there's an organizational structure here that is actually what's creating this.
Well, right. And my personal frustration with this, and I know this is you guys would echo this as well. I did this in the past. I was responsible both for the classroom systems and the PCs, and this was almost 20 years ago, and we had to build the imaging system from the ground. This is the old days of Clonezilla and ghost consoles and deploying stuff through print servers and which low bandwidth stuff over 10 meg networks. It was ridiculous, but we had it all figured out with batch scripting for dual boot PCs, even triple boot. We had some Macs that went Mac, Windows, Linux, and all this stuff. We had this all dialed in, and this was years ago. And so because I have that background, even though I really don't enjoy doing it, and I'm happy to hand off that service to somebody if it's meeting the needs, the frustration is I know it can be done in a more cohesive
method. Do you take any measures to, I'm going to say, nurture that relationship with said computer PC people?
Oh, absolutely. It is not an adversarial relationship at all. We work very well with them. It's just this kind of like, but we only go to here and then you go to there. And
there's a line in the sand, and that's always that invisible connection between the wire and the device. That's always no man's land.
And it's entirely just based on inertia. Well, that's the way it's always been.
That
so that's
line
the way
is really thick over there in Wyoming.
It's literally in a different room. So yeah.
Okay.
And we are making inroads. We are making baby steps towards improving that service, but there's still some challenges with it now, and we should see some changes as we move from one deployment platform, I believe it's SCCM still at this point, over to Intune, where it's much more modern in that. So we should see much less impact on direct actual services and more, streamlined deployments and things like that.
In reality, you guys you'll just take it out of the box, put it in place, and your IP will then say, this is the package that needs to be there, and it's going to do it, and it's going to be all
correct. And that's where it's going. Is we detected this new Mac on the network, and it knows what system it's supposed to have, and all that. And it pulls it on the packages and deploys it on the rest.
Then you can be the service you've always aspired to be, which is just boots on the ground. It's going to be so great.
Yeah.
That's all I want to be is sneakers. We're just sneakers.
Sneakers. Okay. So I think you've given a version of that. Larry, I think you own a little more of this, yes?
I own significantly more. Like the only thing we don't own is developing the image, but we put in a demand of what the image needs to be.
Not a request.
A demand.
You will give me this, what I want. I don't care what you think. If it's right, wrong, secure, or totally malicious.
It is.
I'm getting it.
In the ServiceNow terminology, it is a demand.
Do you have a story about this?
Let's not go down this road.
It could launch a story. Yes, demands can launch
Is there
stories.
an epic I can reference?
No, but the summer 2026 refresh would include the story of re-imaging the,
Coming soon.
Different story, different
Coming
thing.
By the way, I just want to know,
Another
because
story.
and this came up offline, and we'll bring it up at some point about different project management methodologies, and Larry was talking about ServiceNow methods and whatnot. Do you start every story, as you probably should, with once upon a time?
That is going in my template. It has.
Because I would do that just to be a schmuck to people. If you're going to make me write stories,
It's either once upon a time or always, I don't know what happened, but... Because that sets the stage for any natural catastrophe that could come now. You ever get a call that starts out, that's what's coming.
We do buy the computers, we spec the computers, we install the computers.
You specify the computers? You're not qualified for that, sir.
We specify the computers, but we do have to go through Dell, and we do have our standards we go by. But like if somebody needs a unique graphics card,
you're selecting the appropriate one from a pre-selected list then?
For the most part,
Okay.
like our cars program, if they need an upgraded graphics card, we will work with them to get the appropriate one.
Gotcha.
We do all the computer labs. So when you just kind of separated computer labs from classrooms, we take care of all the computer lab computers. Yeah, we take care of the software that lets the instructors see all the computers in the computer lab.
Do you have computer labs without AV, Larry?
No monitors, nothing, just computers and keyboards.
Wait.
Yeah.
Do you have? And this is a real thing. Do you have computer labs without computers?
Probably.
No, but I have
Computational
built some of
labs.
those. I built those
terminals.
at Butler University.
And it's not a computer lab.
Where everyone like brings in a laptop or something?
There are laptops there that they can use, or they can use their own.
A laptop's a computer.
But they're
What are we
not
talking
included.
about?
You bring it. It's weird. It's a whole thing now.
Then it's not a computer lab.
You build like the
Hot
rest of
dog's
the
not a
peripherals.
I
what
have
are
the
we talking
blueprints for
about?
hot dogs right over here. I will
Use
bring
your
them out.
words. Say what you mean.
I did.
If I take a hot dog bun and cut it into two pieces,
Hot
and then
dog's a hot dog.
isn't that a sandwich?
No,
Didn't I just make a sandwich?
it's a hot
Yes.
dog. That's what it,
But yeah, like we will
right.
schedule the images, and then we'll go out and check them. And if anything doesn't work, we will
schedule
re-image
the
them.
images.
Yeah. We don't do what Chris's team does, where they just push them all at once. We schedule, okay, we're going to do this building and this building.
It sounds intentional.
Over these next 12 hours at night.
To be fair, I think they
come
do that,
in-
but it's usually over short, like over these next 3 days, wham, all of campus. And it's
Yeah,
like,
so-
well, but still, come on.
And if there's an issue in the classroom, it's our boots on the grounds, but we'll swap it with one that we have on our imaging desk.
But
ready to
because
go.
you own both services, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have to get into that, like, prove that it's broken conversation? Because that's always the fun
We do
one,
have
right? It's not our stuff. It is not the computer. I'm telling you that right now, Larry. There's nothing wrong with this PC.
Well, I mean,
the
with
burden of proof
us,
is on
we
you.
own both services. So, like, we're not proven. We do have a couple of techs who are Dell certified. So we can work with Dell to say, yeah, this is broken and this is how,
Expedite that.
how we
Come
know.
get it. Give me another one.
Yep.
Airdrop it in.
So how many on your team, Larry, and I'm assuming these people also do other things.
In this category.
How many people on your team are like dedicated or primary on the PC side of things versus the AV side? Or do you cross train for everything?
It's cross-trained for everything, but I do have one team member who is our lab manager, and she pretty much owns the image. She owns most of the computer issues that happen. She's like the tier 2 for that. She just goes and
It's good.
So what happens when she quits and gets a new job?
she's told me she'll never quit and get a new job. That's what I believe at this point.
Oh, man. Well, if that works out. Yeah. Justin, you seem to think you have it made here. What was that all about?
Hell yeah. We got it made. It's simple. So our support team, remember how I talked about there are a bunch of computer people? They're a bunch of computer people, right? So this is the good news about that. So we have, I don't, and it happens so magical. I don't know all the details, but I don't think we're using images anymore. I think we're using group policy and all of that stuff. Yeah. And we have the computer lab people that sit over in a different department because they're working on virtualizing software. They're doing some really unique things. Our support arm, our project manager orders the computers if it's a project. We put it in with the AV. Our support team handles all the computers. So whenever they go out and troubleshoot an AV problem, they're the ones deciphering if it's a computer or AV problem.
That's
so
the support side.
If they can't solve the AV problem, if it's advanced or, advanced QSIS or Crestron problem or something, they send it to the engineering group, which that's us. I don't deal with a lot of computer things other than like we'll collaborate on a few things. Like I had a conversation with the manager of that team. Like, so what's your thoughts on 2 monitors versus 1 on lecterns? It's like, I don't like it, but this is what we do. And this is how we can, so it's a great relationship. And the way we procure things, we have a top shop, Hilltoppers, top shop, go to top shop. It lists all the Dell computers. We're a Dell shop. If it's not Dell, we don't support it, period. We have Dell doing super secret stuff to BIOS stuff that we can track them if you steal things or whatever too. And there's some wild things going on.
Bio track them?
Yeah, bio track them.
Theft seems to be like a real thing on your campus. Like it is.
It used to be. It's not. I just think that it's
because everything's
like
it's all gone now.
Yeah, put all these policies in, and then it's gone, and we still do the policies. So I don't know.
I'm fascinated by if it's not a Dell, we're not going to touch it.
No, yeah, like there's no Macs at all on your campus.
And you're talking about this is
we have Macs. Sorry, we have a Mac team,
but they're Dell Macs.
Here's the weird part.
But Macs are weird and stupid, so we don't use those.
Not really. The classroom support people, I don't think handle the Mac side because that expertise lives on the computer lab side because we have Mac computer labs. So whenever there's needs to get Mac support.
How many support teams are there?
I'm in the same question bucket as you here, Chris. I'm imagining just like, do you have one support desk? Or do you have like
everything? Yeah, we have one support desk. Except
I just heard
AV.
3. Well, there's 2.
Back it up. Everything that we do is support. That's that's the culture here is this service is support. This AV is support. This is support. We're supporting
it's client facing. Yeah.
So we use support very, very globally to describe everything that we do pretty much. So
I've lost track. Pardon me. Okay. Is there a classroom team that just like does classrooms?
That's the AV team.
It's AV. So it's everything. Okay.
Or not.
Our support wing under the AV team handles classroom computers.
You said there was a PC team.
No, it's the support team. There
isn't a dedicated PC team.
You said all the support people.
There's a classroom computer team that handles PCs.
Okay.
Then there's a computer lab, open lab team that handles all of that.
Which was the group at the beginning? You said that the support people are all computer people, and I love that because I don't have to deal with the computers.
That's under AV. Remember how I talk about our support team doesn't know AV, they know computers. I've always said those things.
I know, it's kind of, I'm trying to sketch this together.
That. Yeah. You guys never listen to me at all about things that I
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Start from the beginning.
I wasn't listening.
Okay. So your general support group is the one that's doing your PCs.
What do you mean by general support?
I don't know. What do you mean? You elaborate. If I call in, I'm in this space. Either the PC or the AV has gone awry, sir. Where am I going?
You're coming to the AV team.
How about if you're in a conference room?
Do I need to know that though, as the client? Do I need to pull my directory out?
No.
Okay.
You call 7000, and the first thing that picks up is if you're in a classroom. Yep. 270-745-7000. You're in a classroom. Please hit 1, and then that reroutes directly to us.
How about in the computer lab?
Like you or this other you?
The AV support team, us.
Okay.
I didn't say me.
How dare I confuse us, me, and you?
My words that I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm answering your questions.
Okay.
So, where did we leave off?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Still answer
it. So we have some.
You asked me where the
but
phone
is it that
comes into
support group that is the computer people, or is it a sub cloak and dagger team within that group that is the PC people?
No, it's the same people that are troubleshooting HD-based T that develop.
But they don't know how to do that.
They do to a certain point, not at an advanced level like the engineering team does. Nobody on the support team has QSYS, BIAMP, or Crestron certifications. Those all live in engineering
which
team.
is not support.
We tried to teach the support team those things as things come up,
Why?
Learn
Wouldn't
from
they be
each
doing
other.
your job then?
Because I don't know, Mark, at this point. I really...
Okay. Well, I'm glad we got there.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I get it. So it's... all right. But it sounds like you got some rigid guardrails around. You will be using these Dells.
The people
and
that
these people over here,
with
don't call me, call them.
Make our lives easy because they're good at what they do.
As long as it's not HD-based.
They live under audio visual.
Okay.
But I think that's where your success comes in.
Yes. And they work really well with the other people doing open computer labs, and they collaborate a lot on ideas and those kind of things. And that's why I asked Larry, do all your open computer labs have AV? Because ours don't. A lot of them don't. Most of them don't. Yeah, thank you, Raul. Stop
I did have a question for you,
because
Justin.
I got the best setup.
Okay, you don't have the best setup, but I still have a question for you.
I do.
You mentioned the computer people.
PC people, per Chris.
Which ones?
I have no idea. We're just going to say
The
PC
AV
people.
support team?
No.
Or the open lab team?
Whoever was approaching you about putting 2 computer monitors on the lectern. Okay, as long as you're bringing that up, I'm okay with it.
Like the real you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. We got some weird ass from some faculty. I wanted to get some research done quick, so I went to the source, man. That's
you
all
needed
it was.
2 displays.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that they weren't driving how the lectern looked.
Well, they do to a point because I value their opinion.
Let's unbox that for a moment.
No further questions,
They're
Your
on our
Honor.
team.
Okay.
Value how the lectern looked, like whether it's graphite or wood veneered or what the hell are you talking about?
Like how many monitors are sticking on the top?
How many thingies are on there?
Well, I wanted to know from a support perspective, like how many tickets are they getting?
But you don't do support, sir. You're in the engineering group.
Exactly.
So why do you care?
I don't want to make a decision that's going to tax my support team. They're going to be pissed at me and be like, Justin, why are you specking 2 monitors? When did we talk about this? I'm like, well, we didn't. I just made a choice because I'm king. I don't want that shit.
It's a decision.
Like, I need their buy-in.
I'm with you.
To do different decisions based upon certain requests from faculty. Like faculty, hey, it'd be nice to have 2 monitors.
But
I'm like,
would
okay.
it not be nice to have 2 monitors?
Well, it would.
Right.
But I just want to make
slope.
sure.
You start doing 2 monitors, next you're doing 3, 4, you got 27 monitors.
It never stops. It's a gateway.
1 monitor.
Soon you have an active learning.
show.
It's an active learning lectern.
Different pods of computers at my lectern.
Surrounded by sound and monitors.
So, I'm just curious. That whole philosophical approach, we're just going to do mono display because it's easy, even though folks may need it or not. This is an open question, not just you, Justin. Like, when we have changes with computer configurations, where are those requests being ramped, and how does that happen? Does it start at the support desk, press dial 7000 and press 1, get transferred over to the support crew?
The requests usually coming to me through a new project because we did some kind of needs analysis, and then I've got to go back and go, this weird request came in. Like, what do you guys feel about this? Like, are you guys having tickets because this happens, or do you see problems with this? No, it's fine.
I keep forgetting you don't have standards, so this isn't like your standard room you're rolling out.
Many standards.
What would you like?
There is no centralized classrooms on campus. We have to go to each department and figure out what the hell they're trying to do.
Do you have different builds on said lockdown Dells, or is it one size fits most?
We have the mini one. We've got the regular size one. We've got about 3 that are approved for classroom conference room usage, maybe, depending on the scenario. Maybe 2, maybe 3. 2, 3 max. I don't know, somewhere in there.
Images that can be used in learning spaces.
So.
Don't care because problem solved by other
True.
people.
Why would you care?
Yeah. I usually request like, hey, we're going to need a small one this time. And everybody's like, yeah, we got
small
you.
image?
That's all I...
Oh, computer.
No, small computer, because I'm going to cram it in somewhere, you know. It's not going to be in a lectern. It's going to be behind a TV
what they say,
in the conference
sir.
room.
Long and thin. Short and fat. Anyway. Cool.
Sure.
Okay. What about software requests? Open category for 1,000.
That...
Oh, Mark, you haven't done your
we are responsible for deploying that at the computers in spaces. We do have an endpoint team that helps manage and build those PCs. And
what does the endpoint team do versus the top?
They manage the tool, which is used and shared amongst the groups for deploying those images and all that piece. We are still buying
the internet,
specing them. You know, they're the admins at the higher level. We still buy them, spec them, boots on the ground them, put them out there, and maintain the support of them by way of our call center. So requests come in. We do have software request form. If you want to have new software that's vetted, and then it's put into a package and deployed, not in the middle of the term, unless absolutely critical, and there's some extenuating circumstance, but usually it is a cadence of updates. And so there was a Mr. Raoul here. He helps with a lot of that. And then Todd helps with a lot of that piece of it, labs and learning spaces and a bunch of other spaces, thousands of endpoints.
Does your team, on the more AV side of things, does that team, not the endpoint team, does that team build the base image, or are they taking an existing campus image and modifying?
Yes and no. We'll take a base image as long as we have to, and then we help rebuild core images. Now, that whole concept of base image and packages, that's all changing when we go over to Intune anyway. So that's a different philosophical approach than it used to be. But yes, we had images that were put together based on the feedback and provided that we would do. They would then store those images, and then we would use their tool to deploy them and image them across campus. So they're kind of administering the platform, the endpoint team, right? They do builds for other organizations as well, but they're providing the tools that we're using for fleet management. So
if there's an issue, an issue physically with one of the PCs, the units out there,
computes, as you would say,
it's the AV side team who goes out and pulls that, because it's all basically handled within that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's another benefit to controlling that. I went to the computer people and said, guess what? Everything's going to be 16:9 monitors now. None of this 16 shit. I'm like, okay.
What do you mean now?
Yeah.
Well, back in the day.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, was this 2007? Because that's when that switch started.
I think there's incredible value for the groups that are responsible for those teaching learning environments.
Classroom technology.
Those folks be critically involved with
for the overall
the configuration, the deployment, the testing, and the support of all those things. I think it's too crucial to that learning experience to leave it up to chance from some other computer people to come in there and do these things from time to time.
And Justin, you just said it, the overall experience. Because if I'm in a room, if I'm in a space, classroom, conference room, whatever, I know, Larry, you kept bringing up conference rooms. To me, they're the same freaking thing. I don't care. Yeah. If you're in a technology-enhanced space and I'm there to have my meeting or teach my physics class or whatever, I don't care who's responsible for XYZ thing. I just want it to work. But I know generally I'm in a classroom. So
they see it as an IT problem. And then when your guys show up, they're like, they're the problem.
And so it's exactly right. We're the only ones visible doing that. But I think, and even if we don't own a service, I think we need to have a deep amount of insight into it, and it's beyond just the computers and the software and the deployment and the timelines and the support models and all that, but it goes to the LMS and it goes to software selected, and it goes to, there's many other facets to that, but we often find ourselves boxed in like, no, you do this. People on campus think you do this, but no, you do this. So
it's too important now, and it's kind of a capability that spans all these different things, right? And I truly believe that as we move forward and everything is more software enabled, the clients don't care about the computer. They really don't. They can care if it's Dell, if it's whatever. They really do not care about any brand of that. So I think that does speak to your use case, Chris. So you're really trying to find a cost-effective means to deliver that capability. Clients want to know the software that they want to use is going to open, that application level is going to work for them, and they hope that it's going to be configured all the way through the porting and through all the spigots on that to the system and environment it's going to work on, and it's going to actually work the way they need it to and interact the way they need it to.
You missed one thing,
Did
Mark.
I'm sure I missed a lot of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only one.
One thing that's been a problem for us is boot time in class. They care immensely about the boot time in class.
Yes, they do. They do.
That's been
30 seconds seems like an eternity.
And then all of a sudden it's like 2 minutes, 2 minute boot time.
First time profile build. First time profile build's there. It doesn't matter.
We've heard up and down complaints about that throughout the years. That is one challenge. That
I'm not getting rid of these print drivers though. We're keeping them. I don't care if you're using them or not. They're staying.
You might need them.
But I think as that whole kind of piece unfolds and it becomes more critical, like it's less about let me get you over to the person who does that thing, right? The person doesn't want to hear that. Right. And so how is your organization dealing with that?
That is a weird thing in the way we're structured, even though it's completely different teams, it's the PC people and all that stuff. From a client standpoint, they only ever are interacting with IT. My team. It's no. Let me take
that as IT.
Correct. But the people they're interacting with are only ever my team.
Right.
It's rare that they get to interact with the PC team on any of that stuff because the request comes to my team. We're the boots on the ground doing a swap or troubleshooting or whatever. If there's a follow-up or like, can we meet because we figured out what was going on here? It's my team doing that. So they may not even have insight into that there's another team involved at all, it's just further removing them from that. So it's a bit of a strange arrangement.
So I heard vehemently across the board, we're going all BYOD. That's what I heard. Is that what we came away with?
Yes, that was the decision.
It's easier.
It's easier. Yeah. Okay.
But only BYOD if it's Dell. Or we're going to fight.
But our BYODs are not computers, Justin. These laptops are not computers.
No.
Okay.
And it's supported by a different group.
All right. So I think we have now found that the four of us have four very different approaches to this.
Ish.
Mine's the best.
And
let us know. Vote for it.
No. Mine is not the best.
Because I don't have any PC problems.
That you know of.
Nothing.
Exactly. Ignorance is bliss.
Exactly.
I got you.
They're there.
Okay.
But I don't get to deal with
They're
any
not
of it.
assigned to you, so therefore they are not your problems.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break. And speaking of things we're all going to vehemently agree about, let's talk about cameras for a few minutes. It's based on a listener email. So let's take a quick break, come back, talk about that. But first, let's hear about a product that will solve all your display problems.
Tired of smart displays that think they know better than you? Sick of constant firmware updates, surprise app crashes, and pop-ups begging you to log into someone else's cloud service? Introducing the world's dumbest displays. That's right, our new line of LCD and DV-LED panels are so dumb they don't even know what Wi-Fi is. No operating system, no streaming apps, no wireless casting. Not even any tiny, tinny speakers. Just pixels that shine all day and nothing else. Hook up a laptop with HDMI and boom, instant presentation. Just like the good old days. No bloat, no nags, no whoops, Teams needs an update. They're so dumb, they'll disable those features on your other gear and make your entire AV system act like it's 2007 again. And that's just glorious. Dumb displays, because sometimes the smartest thing is going dumb. By Independent Amalgamated.
Sounds luxurious.
Whoops, hit that one a second time. Sorry.
Yeah.
The past is the future. By the way, that reminded me, we had a ticket recently from someone about, they said it was, the initial complaint, of course, is the room projector isn't working or whatever it was. I think it was actually a display. I think it was nothing's working. Everything's broken.
The phone's even broken. I don't know who I'm talking to you.
What it came down to was, and a bit of troubleshooting on it, what came down to is everything, we're trying to figure out what's going on and meet with the person. The background image used for the login screen on the computer, which of course is the thing they see as soon as they turn on the system, there it is, it's up there. It has a bunch of dark fade to black at the bottom, like the image, the photo itself is actually dark fading to black, which a lot of compression artifacts show up very easily in that sort of area.
Yeah.
And so what they were seeing was those compression artifacts, and they thought that was causing issues with the system, and they were convinced that was carrying through to everything on the screen.
Nothing works. Send somebody.
Nothing works. Yep.
Cancel class. Cinnamon.
Copying the dean.
Exactly. It better be fixed
all
by
right,
tomorrow.
So this last topic here is about cameras, or maybe not, PTZ cameras in specific, and we got a listener email that we'll respond to on this because I thought it was good for the show.
This is Jamie's topic, so we'll let him contribute.
And this was a topic for Jamie, who then decided to not show up
but
today.
I'll take this one. I've got
we'll backfill. All right, so email is, hi guys, wondering if any of you lads have had experience with Bird Dog PTZ cameras in your classroom builds and would be willing to share about it. Right now, we're in an unenviable situation. We've never standardized on a camera brand, so we've got about 8 different brands deployed out there, along with various SDI, HDMI, HD-Base-T, and USB options for transport. I'd like an Ethernet-based solution because it's the easiest to deal with in the field, but there ain't such a thing as an HD-Base-T USB capture interface that I can find. So that pretty much leaves NDI at this point. And he's not wrong there that for whatever reason, and they do exist, but not as many, the HD-Base-T in, USB out. It's
that big giant dock I have right over there has an HD-Base-T.
Well, yeah, it usually becomes a bigger thing. Where's the little widget?
We've been calling for that for years. Always wanted that.
Yeah. Anyway. So he says, so that pretty much leaves NDI at this point. I'd be interested to know how much hassle you've had for your network groups using NDI. Open to other ideas as well. Our deployments are very simple. A PTZ direct to the in-room PC for Zoom and Teams. Single camera as a rule. Cheers. I did respond to him and we shared kind of how we're doing things. We talked back and forth. He's got some other interesting stuff that I'd love to have him come on and talk about how he did some interesting camera control stuff. But he does raise a good point. Like, there are specialized systems out there, and in some cases where I'm using, for example, like a QSys NC series camera, it's a straight single cable, boop, straight into the network. It is a network transport feed that the system can read and share around and route to any number of devices simultaneously, or all the stuff. So it gives you all the options that he's describing here with NDI, and I think we're all interested in NDI. Jamie has deployed a good amount of NDI on his network. And there is a new, well, there's several of them out there, but the new one that caught our eye, and we talked about it at Infocom, is from Magewell. They have their little capture box, but it's an RJ45 on one side and an HDMI on the other, and is NDI. It acts as an NDI endpoint. Now, that will mean, depending on your network deployment, you're going to have to give up another port for that device. So you could have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cameras, whatever, computers with NDI encoders all built in. This just gives you that output as, straight to convert that to baseband video, at which point then you can do whatever you want, video and audio, do whatever you want with it. It also apparently, and Jamie was talking about this the other day, it does have a control API, and that control API seems to be a little quirky, but does seem to be working. He's had some issues with USB, and I think that's stuff that will get worked out in a firmware revision. But I think that the potential, and to the question in the email here, the potential for NDI with the appropriate network configuration or appropriate NDI-friendly network has a lot of runway for it.
Yes, and I think mileage will vary.
In the future.
Yeah, and I think
at some point.
The world you just described, Chris,
potentially
being camera, Ethernet into my managed switch in my lectern with widget breakout NDI to USB, right? And so
that's probably the safest.
That's probably the safest, which is probably what people that Jamie would probably had also play with. Now his switch is probably also his network switch.
Is it fair to say that anybody who's looking at NDI for a solution is probably a build they're familiar with?
No, they woke up in a hot sweat at night going, oh shit, I have the SDK kit. I can just install the NDI thing on my computer, and the computer people are going to let me bring the NDI in. Yes, on the brochure, it will lead you to believe that. And yes, that's probably how your church is doing it, but that's not going to work in your classroom. It can, but you have to get all the people aligned to make that world. It is a very elegant. I think we can all aspire to be there. I don't think everybody's there yet. That takes a much larger conversation for your computer to also reside on that NDI network that camera's on at the same time. It's a lovely world, and I think in a completely converged world, that is the way things will go. I'm not 100% sure it'll be NDI.
I don't think it will.
No, probably not.
So, well, let's step past that. There are challenges with NDI. Long-term reliability seems to be an issue. NDI loves to be rebooted. It's just one of those things.
Something else. His never.
So he says, I don't believe a word he says.
He's not rebooting him. He's just he's taking and turning off PoE.
I've got a question.
I'm not rebooting them. I'm sending someone over to reboot them.
I have some mixed feelings about those cameras, like away from the NDI.
This is like years ago. You went out and bought some of those things.
I deployed.
This started as a question: have you used Bird Dog
specifically?
I've used Bird Dog cameras before, and we've had some bad taste in our mouth, and that was from my business.
How do you like updating those firmwares on those cameras, Justin?
So you have to get a big ass ladder and set it up over the church benches. because the only way to update the
Those are
firmware
called
on those
pews,
is
sir.
USB to your laptop.
Church benches.
Church benches.
Pews.
So it's a bench in a church. Pew.
Oh.
You and your
Okay.
words.
Yeah, sorry. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm on
Anyways.
your side. Let's go.
And also, make sure the system's off for like 3 hours before you get up there and touch them because they're 500 degrees. You burn your fingerprints right off your hands. First time I touched one, I was, oh my God, I called fire department or ambulance or something. I don't know. It was hot, burned, left a mark. So those were the P100s.
Yeah, it's come a long way. They have come a long way.
5 years ago. They was the first.
It was like pre-COVID days.
Yeah, it was like the first gen of these cameras. So I'm wondering, and maybe Jamie can tell us, but
Jamie?
have they improved any of that, Jamie? Oh, wait, he didn't show up today.
No, he didn't.
So
Pulled a Larry.
if I was going to go down this road, try to find a standard. 'Cause I think there's also that question about standards in this. I like SDI, but that's bias. I'm feeling old because of that.
I've standardized on SDI
But now
with
that-
a Cat 6.
But that's two
Bottom
cables.
line.
It's
Well, I
two
don't care.
cables.
I don't
It's
care.
okay. Well,
It's solid.
No,
One
what
can
I'm
go
saying
to
is
the IDF, I
the
don't
question. The listener question was, if they're looking for a one cable solution,
I would look at
and they're
any-
looking at NDI, are there
Yeah.
other network-capable protocols that might be a replacement
Yes.
for NDI, SIMPI, or et cetera?
Yeah, I would look at the options out there where you're getting the cameras that come with all the basket of fun, like the SRTs, the NDIs, all of that. There's many of them out there, PTZ optics and all that stuff. You can get that, or you can license them for those things. Play with all those things. Understand what it means on your network. If nothing else, use this as a vector to learn more about this stuff, right? This is the opportunity to do that. You didn't kind of get into what your network stack looks like in your learning space with this. Is that your network? Is your computer your computer? Is you have one of PC's?
And that's a fair question.
People that Chris has running in there. So I think this is that larger conversation. But there's a lot of different ways that are very intriguing. I think the market and the industry is kind of figuring out how to get these things to blend so the chocolate and the peanut butters do play well together. It's just a matter of what do we really like? NDI has very specific multicast things that it needs to deal with, so you have to be well versed on that. If you're not managing your switches, who is, and are they ready to allow that for you, along with all the other host of AV over IP protocols?
And here's the thing: is what Mark's talking about in plain English is when you plug up that camera and you got an image, and then you walk away, and the faculty says, "My image is gone." What are you gonna do?
Right?
Who are you gonna call?
Call the support team.
Or the network team. Or the computer team, or shit, maybe it's the AV team.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, we ended up on SDI solely because of COVID, right? It was just far easier for us to, through low voltage contract,
SDI is so
pull
easy.
in those without having to bring in an electrician so we can do PoE, and so it just was very utilitarian for us. And it just worked.
Yeah, and for us, we're not putting these on our network. So SDI allows me to take my video, send it to my computer, and then put the camera on the network. So then I can control it, I can monitor it and all through that. But I'm not sending video through my network. That just doesn't work.
Yeah, I think we're all hopeful of like the 2110s of the world to see what's going to become of all this. But I think it's everybody's kind of waiting for everybody to do something first. And yes, we see it in broadcast. That's also but now we're trying to say, okay, where does this broadcast technology trickle down or not into our kind of more simplified
And I think
domain?
that's the same hope that with as you mentioned, buy the cameras that have like, here's 5 outputs on the back, because then you have options. Also, then you can buy one model camera and use it all
and
sorts
make
of places.
sure you buy in cameras that all 5 outputs work at the same time.
Good point.
Yeah,
that does happen. So, SDI definitely has its place. It works all day long as it's terminated correctly. By the way, you may find a lot of, especially if you're doing like larger building projects, integrators who aren't as familiar with SDI these days.
No.
Make sure your team is. Make sure you have the right.
What the hell is this?
If they say what's SDI, you may have a problem.
Usually they'll say, yeah, we can do that, and then they do like a crappy job of, and you get to go back and re-terminate most of it anyway.
Pull it off the end. You're like, wait, what? That's not how this works.
Just when they use compression curves, it falls right off.
Coax F connector.
Oh, have you ever seen somebody try to run like regular coax with the RF ends and then have an RF to BNC adapter? And like, dude.
Yeah, that runs RCA all day long. Or component.
Like that's not gonna work.
But be aware of that. There are some tricks to it. Make sure you get comfortable with the 1-piece or the 3-piece terminations, all that. Know how to do that stuff, because it does have utility still, because it does just freaking work all day long. It is it's uncompressed and it's unencrypted, but you can get that right off of your camera to switchers and other things. And it opens up a lot of different opportunities, but it does require you pulling an additional cable. And so I see where, from our email, they're again asking like, is there single cable solutions? The answer is yes, but and there's always kind of like this other thing with it, like
your organization
what's
will
the
depend
network
if it's
set up as,
for you.
or if I go with a baseband option, do I have some sort of crazy breakout box at the other end? And yes, those solutions are out there. I would love to find a really easy and reliable one too, because it's one of those things where it streamlines our deployments. It makes the systems that much easier to deal with, and you don't have to worry about different types of cables and boxes and all sorts of things.
I don't agree with that. I don't think going down to one cable makes systems easier to support.
It might make them easier
if you have the same deployment everywhere.
It's easier to document.
But if I have the same deployment on 2 cables, it's not any more labor.
Okay, if you have a 2-cable solution in every room, you do you, sir. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, what's wrong with 2 cables?
It's fine. Okay,
2 cables are got to be better than one.
I think we'll get there. I think we will see it.
And it may not be NDI.
It might be something else. I think. And so there's people probably listening, screaming, "I do it all the time." Yes, you can do this.
Okay,
but
great.
It does take on awareness of all those other services and capabilities. That it's not just about the thing.
And maybe you just gotten lucky so far. Maybe your NDI's blinking right now. You don't even
Could
know.
be off.
Yeah, it's not.
What about that?
We just set up a script in the control system to ask the network switch to just bounce that PoE port every 6 hours. It works fine.
Works fine.
No problems.
Between classes, every time you shut the projector down,
projector off. Pow. Fixed. All right. Okay. I think we've about run that one in the ground, and I think we would all agree then that if you want the ideal solution for doing your cameras, just extend USB with some sort of Amazon.
Oh God, I puked a little bit just now. Sorry.
So all right, well, enough of that. We'll leave it there. We'll call that a end of this nonsense. We'll be back next week with a different type of show. I can't remember what we're doing.
Get ready for the call-in show. It's coming soon.
What are we doing? Well, we've managed to ruin yet another episode of AV SuperFriends Off the Rails. You can contact us with questions, topic ideas, or general complaints at mailbag@avsuperfriends.com. If you complain loud enough, we might just invite you on the show.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well. Really a lot of hustle. I liked it.
The opinions expressed by the AV SuperFriends are solely those of the individuals and do not represent their respective institutions, organizations, companies, or clients.